Hey Hermosa babes, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, welcome. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button. We are diving right into 2023 with this big energy. Okay, so let's get right into it. I have this Valentine's Day look that is perfect for you to wear on a night out, or if you're staying in with your man and you guys are just having a nice dinner around. This is something that is very easy. It's achievable right there in your own home. And I am going to do the walkthrough, voiceover, and tell you how I achieved this look. I did this look last year, but I did not record it. I thought, why not? It's perfect. And we're right at the beginning of the year and a perfect video. So if you want to see how to get this look, then keep on watching. Bye. Okay, ladies, so this is my station for the day. We're going to jump right into it using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer, sculpting my brows out with my Morphe M166 brush. And I like to use the lighter shade at the bottom, sculpt out that brow to give it the clean finish. And then I'm going to blend this concealer down onto my eyelid to start to prep for those colors that are coming next.
What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Harder keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you.
Once you have your concealer down, let's go ahead and set the lid. This is the Urban Decay Translucent Powder, and I'm just going to use a fluffy blending brush to pack this onto the lid up into the brow. Next, let's go ahead and get into these beautiful shades. This is the Warrior by Juvia's palette, and this is the color Cayena. I am going to pack this in a like an oval shape onto my lid. I do go a little bit above my crease because my lids are a little bit more hooded, and I'm using the M505 brush to do so. Make sure you pat this color on there. It's a very pretty, vibrant color. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep going. Let's go ahead and pick up our second color. This is from the Kira Beauty palette. This color is in the shade Flower After Hours. It is a really, really pretty pink color. I'm going to go ahead and start to put this above my crease, blending on top of the prior color. And I'm using the Morphe 513 brush. And this is more so used to start to blend out those rough edges. Let's dig into this deep plum color with the Juvia's palette. This is, I'm not sure the shade because I lost the little paper that goes into it. But I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill 35 Morphe brush to start to blend this into the crease on top of those two prior shades. Make sure in between you placing down your shadows, you're using a clean fluffy brush to kind of go ahead and buff those colors into one another. I'm not sure which brush this is. I think it was like an e.l.f. fluffy brush or something like that, but any brush will do. Next, let's go ahead and pick up our Morphe palette. This is the So Iconic palette. This is the black shade that I'm using. The color is Jaw Pop, or is it Jaw Drop? Jaw Drop, excuse me. The color is Jaw Drop. I'm going to start with another clean blending brush. I'm going to pop that into my crease. I like to take the black in sections and then go over with my prior color to kind of buff out the black color. And that is from that Juvia's palette, that Deep Plum. I like to do that because it helps transition those shadows together and it helps blend that black shade. Black to me is hard to move, so that's why I like to go in sections, and I like to take, oh, little moment there. But anyways, I like to take those other prior shadows and help to move it around. I also go back in with, again, my clean fluffy brush to help blend in those colors. I also will go back in with the black again and start to build back up the color. Obviously, after you're blending, the pigment is a little bit lost um, on those prior shades. So go ahead and pop those colors back in. Add as much color as you feel that you need until it gets to the pigment that you want. So before I start to cut my crease, I'm going to go back in on the top skirts of the eye with our prior shadow shade. This is the one Flower Child from the Cara Beauty palette. And I just kind of like to, um, make that top color a little bit more vibrant to where so you can see that color was there. Um, and I'm using the same blending brush that I was using prior, and then going again back over the top with a clean brush before we start to cut the crease. Okay, so now this is the fun part. I'm going to go in again with the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer, and I'm going to start to cut my crease. I am using the same brush that I used prior for my brows, which is the Morphe 166 brush. For me, I know where my hood starts on my eye, so I'm able to just go ahead and start to carve this out. Um, do as you see fit, you can do a lower cut crease if you have smaller eyes, or if you have larger eyes like a hooded um, crease, you go a little bit above your crease so that you can actually see the cut crease and the shadow. And then just take this all the way over as far as you like. Um, I like to go a little bit more past halfway um, and cover the whole eye from crease down with your concealer.
I can hear them thinking out loud, loud. Simple people acting so proud, proud.
So I'm pretty satisfied with my crease. I'm next going to go ahead and start to set my concealer on the cut crease portion. I am using the Morphe 35S Sweet Oasis palette, and I'm going in with this really pretty like baby doll pink, and this is in the color Sneak a Kiss. And I'm going to just go ahead and apply that with a flat shader brush all over my lid, again where I cut my crease at. So same palette, just in a different shade. This is in the color Hibiscus Blossom, which is still Barbie doll pink, but a little bit deeper. And I'm just going to go all over the lid with this color. I'm using a Morphe brush. I am not sure of the number, but it's very small. I'm using this to kind of get up towards those lines so I don't blend that color onto the black. Going back into the Kara Beauty palette, this is the color I'm using, Flower Child. I'm going to start to kind of smoke out the lash line. I'm going to be using the prior colors that we used on the lid itself. And that again is going to be Flower Child. It's going to be Cayena out of the Juvia's palette. Um, Shades, and then I'm going to use the black out of the Morphe palette.
I was living in the clouds, yeah, like 10 million explosions. Whatever happened to the picture? The one where you and I were perfect. Like if heaven was a time lapse. Play the story where we'd end up.
Now right here I'm starting to add my black onto the lash line and then also curving it into the outskirt corner of my eye and then up into that cut crease part. Again, go in as much as you need, blend, blend, blend with this black. Take the prior shades that you have that can help move that shadow around as well before you get ready to apply your falsies.
Before this thing is over, won't you come a little closer? Never know till it's gone, 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 till it's gone, till it's gone, till it's gone, never know 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 till it's gone, till it's gone, till it's gone, till it's gone. When the light fades into darkness and your fears all turn to regrets, how do you stand up without falling? How do you see it as
Let's go ahead and do our liner. So this is the L'Oreal liquid liner. It's in the color Blackest of Black. Doing a very thin liner, just closest to obviously my lash line before we start to apply our lashes. Um, Before I apply my lashes, I like to use my L'Oreal mascara. This is my fave. I've been using it for years. It's a ride or die. And I'm going to go ahead and brighten back up those colors before we apply those lashes. So my last choice for tonight is by my makeup line, Hermosa Code. This is the Lash Style Cancun. Very easy to use, up to 25 wears. I mean, they're just great. They're mink, um, and they're available for purchase on my site. If you go over to IG at Hermosa Code, they are there. Right now, I'm having a Valentine's Day sale. Oh, and excuse me, intermission. I have a husband who now thinks he's a professional makeup artist, and obviously he's checking my makeup here, and he's telling me that one side is brighter than the other, and I'm letting him know that I know that, and I want to go back. But, if you ladies have husbands, boyfriends, significant others, whoever, once you start doing your makeup, then they become experts as well. But anyways, yeah, so over at Hermosa Code, we're having a Valentine's Day sale where we have sales on our lip glosses and our lashes. So head on over. Here I'm going back in to deepen up my black. I'm using like a little pencil brush, dipping back into that black color that I have. Just to kind of go ahead and, like I said, deepen up those colors, give it more, a little bit more of a precision with the black before we move on to the face.
Every single day just tastes the same. Wake up, feel that emptiness of face. Wash away the pain and put some makeup on my face. Yeah. Every single day just tastes the same. I am giving all to you in vain, but I guess I had it coming, so why should I complain? Why should I ever stop? Ever stop? Why should I give you up? Give you up? And when do I see myself every day? Repeat itself, repeat itself. They say I'm out of my head, 'cause I keep telling myself one day you'll find me, and one day I'll find you, and we're off to what they call a good start, and then I wake up. Every single day just stays the same.
Starting off on the face, I'm using the Mario Badescu Rose Water. Um, Next, I'm going in with my Rare Beauty. These are the two shades that I'm using, 420W and 320W. I can never find the perfect shade. I mix these two together. I'm using I believe it's an e.l.f. blending brush to just go ahead and buff those colors into my skin.
Don't keep me waiting. Show me affection, attention, and care. Losing the tension, and baby, I swear I give you my tomorrow, forever and now. I'll never bring you sorrow, so don't let me down. I'll chase away your shadows, away from the crowd. I give you my tomorrow.
Let's brighten the under eye. I'm starting with the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer. I am going to pair that with the Rare Beauty Concealer in the shade 260N. It's a little darker than the e.l.f., but not a lot. I'm blending this out with the Rare Beauty Concealer brush to give it kind of that seamless finish. I really like this brush because it doesn't pick up a lot of your product. As you can see here, it's still pretty pigmented and it blends it out really, really nice. Using the Sonia Kashuk sponge, I like to spray mine first with the rose water and then I go ahead and blend over the top of those shades.
What's on your mind? Whisper soft to me that you want me. There's magic in your fingertips, it's magic when we kiss. I can be myself with you, kiss me now, I insist. Make me yours, just take me now. I'm helpless to resist. Got me so invested in this thing. It's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. I can't help that it is more than just a fling. Now I know that it's the real thing, the real thing.
I'm going to set and lock in my concealer with my Huda Beauty Banana Bread. I'm using a little sponge that I had from Allure Mercier powder um, to set. I like to go in basically all of the places that I concealed, along down to them smile lines, and lock that in while we get ready to bring some warmth back to the face. I do really like this powder. I have combination skin, and I found that this works really nice for me, and it keeps it pretty matte.
I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Sober up, think it's time for me to sober up. Cause I don't know what I should do with all these feelings. Don't wanna be needy, too in love. Maybe I am just too in love. Baby, all I know is I can't make you stay. But don't just walk away. Help me, I wanna be more than just.
I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows with the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Neutral Brown. I like my brows more on the natural side. I don't like them really dramatic, so I'm going to fill these in very minimal. My brows already are kind of thick, so it doesn't take much to um, fill those in. I also don't go back over the top, like the top of your brow with any type of concealer or anything like that. I kind of just go ahead and leave them as they are. So we'll go ahead and continue to fill these in and move on.
Boy, you bring me something that I never knew. A kind of happy I don't ever wanna lose. And when I hear you coming knocking on my door, all I think is, baby, I need more. I need more. It's all because of you. It's all because I have to tell you, baby, there's nothing more I need but you. It's you. There is no greater meaning. Nobody does the things you do. It's true. How we get lost in each other. Everything blurs when I'm with you. Us two.
I'm going to go ahead and lock in my foundation with an all over powder. This is the Sephora powder. It is in the shade tan, and I'm just going to use a large fluffy brush to pat that onto the skin. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys out a little bit so you can start to see the full face. I am locking in my brows with this brow gel. I do believe this is the Anastasia um, brow gel, and it's in the color translucent or clear. Bringing warmth back to the face. This is the Maybelline Deep Bronze Concealer. Um, and we're going to use a little domed type brush to buff this out into the forehead and onto the cheeks. going to go ahead and set my bronzer with a powder. This is the Too Faced powder. I'm not sure of the name right offhand, but I'll try to have that for you guys down below in the caption. And I like to go a little bit over my nose, the bridge of my nose, and obviously around all the other places that I've bronzed, locking in that cream.
I've had many lovers, but no one comes close to you. To you. We are like no other. We paint different colors too. We do. There is no one better. I take on the world 'cause my you do me right. Let me tell you, I have to tell you, baby, there's nothing more I need but you. It's you. There is no greater meaning. Nobody does the things you do. It's true. How we get lost in each other. Everything blurs when I'm with you. Us two. I wanna stay forever. Safe in your arms. I know that, babe, you do me right.
I've been missing the way you touch me, baby. Kisses on my neck and the love you gave me. When I think about it, I go a little bit crazy. It's gotta be more than this for you and I to coexist. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. I've been scrolling through the text messages you sent me, trying to fill the holes where you left me empty. And when I think about it, get a little emotional, knowing that we might never ever be close to loving. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer.
All right, so next we're going in with Anastasia. This is the matte lipstick in the color Dread. And I'm going to pair this with my lip gloss from Hermosa Code. This is in the color Harlem.
Have to say, my heart's already chose you. It's so scary thinking I can lose you, that you will turn and walk away. Maybe I win, maybe I lose, but nevertheless I'm in love with you. So what can I do? What can I do? Every day is getting harder. I'm begging you to choose me, so come and take my breath away. Come and take my breath away. Every day is getting harder. I'm begging you.
I mean, obviously, I'm feeling myself with this look. I think it's so pretty, but I almost forgot to add one of the key pieces. I'm going to put my little jewel down here on the bottom under my lower lash. I'm going to go ahead and dab that right in the center and just put some, or what I use was some duo lash glue. put that on the back, dry it a little bit, and then go ahead and put that bottom center. And just look how it brings this look together. I just think that it helps take it to the next level.
Help me. I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure. So baby, pull me closer.
Oh, we're living in the present.
So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, it just gives what it's supposed to be giving. I'm gonna love making it.